Hello, good afternoon, Wayne.
Hello, good afternoon.
Nice to meet you
Yes,
online. Yeah.
uh, yeah, great.
How are you?
So
How
I
are
think
you doing?
good as usual. I just finished our management meeting, our quarterly management meeting. So just nice for the session.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for making the time.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's give people 5 minutes to join in
sure,
and
no
we can
problem.
start.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah. So I can just turn off my webcam first. So when it's ready, then I just turn on. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Meanwhile, I'm giving you access to screen share. Um,
Okay.
so you
Maybe I
can
just
test.
I
Yeah.
can just test it. Yeah, see whether
Yes.
it works. Is it okay?
Yes, that's good.
Okay, great.
All right.
Okay, I stop there. Yep.
Thank you guys for joining in. We'll start shortly. We're giving people a couple of minutes so we can start at exactly 2 p.m. All right, so also important to mention is that this webinar is powered or sponsored by markets.com. And on our special guest today, first time on our trading lounge is Wayne. It's truly an honor to have him on our trading lounge, given his trading experience. And in today's session, we shall delve more into trading signals. We'll do a live trading example from Wayne. Wayne has been speaking to thousands of traders globally. The countries with which he has spoken to include Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, Australia, China, Turkey. And I first met him when he visited Kenya in May of this year. And his sincere sharing of practical trading never ceases to captivate his audience. So we're gonna begin shortly. I'm gonna start out by reading his trading bio, and then we can begin today's webinar session. All right, I think I'm gonna admit more people as we go in the interest of time. So Wayne, welcome. It's truly an honor to have you once again on our trading lounge. I'm gonna start by reading out your bio. Wayne Core is the chief Spartan at Trading Spartans. As an astute market analyst and trader, he has contributed articles to BT Invest, Singapore's leading online portal for finance and investment, and interviewed by Singapore's national newspaper, The Straits Times, best known for his famous short GBP AUD trade call, where many traders netted more than 1,000 pips from this one trade call alone. Wayne is an established trader whose warm personality and calming influence constantly draws people from all walks of life to follow him to trade the Forex market. As an international speaker, Wayne has spoken to thousands of traders from countries all over the world. Those countries include Singapore, where he is based, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, Australia, China, Turkey, and Kenya. His sincere sharing of practical trading never ceases to captivate his audience. And during his Forex journey, Wayne has also coached many traders, and some of them moved to manage proprietary funds today. Wayne has embarked on a bigger mission, leading the trading Spartans to help more people create wealth simpler and faster in the financial market through the PIP Revolution. So we're going to delve more also into the PIP Revolution. Maybe you can start off by just, giving some flesh to your trading bio so people can hear your voice and explain to us so far how your trading journey has been.
Hi, Sylvia. Of course, thank you for Sylvia Traders Lounge for inviting me for this session. Definitely my journey in the trading of Forex at the beginning wasn't that smooth. So like a lot of traders, I actually lost quite a fair bit of money in the market. And then, of course, I found my mentor. I learned from him and the right way to trade. So after that, I basically travel around like you introduced me. I travel around to share my knowledge and experience, and hopefully to help people avoid my mistake and also start making consistent profits in the Forex market. So that's basically my brief add-on to the introduction earlier on. Yeah.
All right. And so far, how long have you been trading? And also, we do understand that you're currently the chief at Trading Spartans.
Yes.
And our topic for today being trading signals. Maybe you can also explain to us, especially when it comes to beginning traders, if making good use of trading signals can be a good way for them to trade, especially if they really want to shorten their learning curve and both sides to the coin in terms of using signals.
Okay, great. So basically, I'm the chief Spartan of Trading Spartans. We are a community that advocates the PIP Revolution. We adopt the PIP Revolution. Basically, we want to help people simplify and the wealth creation process. So that's our objective. So of course, as part of the service values that we add to the community, one of it is trade signals. So trade signals helps be it beginners or even seasoned experienced traders in terms of getting into the market. So example, if people are busy, so-called, they don't have time to look at the chart. So our value added in terms of trading signals definitely will give them the convenience. And of course, for beginner, especially Sylvia, you mentioned the beginner traders, right? So for beginner, definitely they are on the path of learning how to identify or look at the market, whether it's uptrend, downtrend range and things like that. And while they are learning, the trading signals definitely help them to start making money in the Forex market. So of course, then it comes the question, how reliable are the trading signals? So it depends then for individuals to look out for reliable trade signals. Of course, when I say reliable trade signals, it doesn't mean every single signal is profitable. There is no such thing in the world. I would go as far as saying that. So there's no trade signal that will be profitable every single time. So I've been trading for the last 15 years. So I have lost thousands of trades. To be honest, I've lost thousands of trades. But more importantly, as a trader, from my perspective, is that you definitely have to make more than losses. So you have a net profit. So that's the key. So don't be afraid of hitting losses, because sometimes it is necessary to hit those losses. If you are in the wrong direction, you have to cut your trade, means you have to cut your trade. Okay, so that's in terms of trade signal, definitely it has the advantage, especially for beginners. But do be careful in terms of following signal. At least get some track record of the signal. So when you follow, don't you need to manage your risk as well. Do not be too overconfident with the trade signal and go in with a big lot size and things like that. So always, regardless of what trade signal you follow, always manage your risk. Yeah.
All right, well answered. And do you find that most traders, whether they're experienced or beginning traders, when it comes to reliable signal providers like yourself and, you know, experienced in the industry with a track record, do they make them more codependent on the signal provider? And how can people long-term be able to actually be their own traders, you know, with the essence of not really relying on an individual trader or a service provider who gives trading signals?
Yeah, definitely. Like I mentioned, the trading signal is just to help, especially on the beginner side, right? To kickstart the journey, and probably through the signals, they can start to make some money from the market while they are learning to trade by themselves. Definitely, relying on trade signal is not a long-term solution. I would say it is not a long-term solution. It will never beat learning how to fish yourself, because if you're always relying on people to fish for you, there's an uncertainty there. So what if someone stopped sending you the signal? Yeah, it's not within your control, example. So that is good for the beginning, but as a long term, it is always good to take effort, learn from a mentor, really how to trade by yourselves. So at that point in time, even if you lost the source of trade signal, or you have been following this group of trade signal, but suddenly they disappear for whatever reason, you still have a skills to rely on to trade by yourself. So where to learn to trade by yourself is basically you have to find a reliable mentor. It's always good to find a mentor to guide you rather than learn by yourself, because learn by yourself, it is possible, but chances are you will spend more time and you may be learning from mistakes, and you have to pay the price of learning from mistakes as well. Yeah.
All right. And then also much gratitude to you, Wayne, because you did mention that we can use your trading signals on, for example, people who are trading with other brokers. So for that, we're truly honored and grateful. Maybe now you can tell us more about your PIP Revolution and what you're currently working on towards that project.
Awesome. So providing trade signals is part of the PIP Revolution. So let me explain what is PIP Revolution. So PIP Revolution is a global movement whereby not only Trading Spartans is adopting it, we have other partners, other fellow educators, other traders, other wealth creators are adopting it as well. So basically, PIP Revolution is derived from my mentor's book, The Magical Rule of Three. In that book, chapter 11, it mentioned successful people all have three types of income. Three types. So the first type is what we call proactive income. Proactive income means we have to use our time and effort to make that money. So for example, having a job, or in our context, trading, because we need to look at the chart, we need to click the mouse in order to make the profits and the income. So that's number one, the proactive income. The second type of income is what we call the investive income. Investive income basically is using money to make money. So basically, some of the in our context, of course, we have fund managers, we have copy trading, whereby we open account, we fund account, and we get other traders to trade for us. So in fact, we are using money to make money. So that's investive income. The third type of income is basically passive income. So passive income is basically reliant on system to make money or business to make money. So for example, we start up a business. Of course, at the startup, we have to put in our effort. But as we grow a team, we set up the management, we set up the system and things like that. At a certain point in time, we can take our hands off and the team will run by itself. So a classic example is Disney. We know that Disney is a profitable organization, multi-billion dollar, but where is the founder? He's no longer around, he's gone, but he has set up something that is keep on generating income. So that is one example. Of course, there's many more other examples that we can see out there in the world. So in our context, in terms of Forex trading, retail broker, we have something called introducing broker, where people bring clients to the broker. So they can actually build a network. So when they build a network, the network keep on trading and generating income for them as well. So that's a way of building passive income in our industry. I have known a lot of introducing broker partners, be it with the broker that we work with or other brokers as well. They are building network of traders, investors, and they are earning good passive income by doing that. So that is essentially PIP Revolution. That's where the acronym comes from: proactive, investive, passive. So trading Spartans adopt this, and whatever services and value that we provide is basically to help people build these three types of income. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. And for passive traders, especially the IBs, like you said, the affiliates and all the people within the brokerage industry,
Yes.
those adopting the PIP Revolution, you'll tell us how to go about that. But most importantly, maybe you can take us through your most recent trades. You can share like a winning trade and a losing trade so people can know how to use your signals on a trading platform. And also, do you make use of tight stop losses? Do you make use of trailing stops? You had mentioned about risk management, and I think that ties into this particular example. So maybe you can share your screen and take us through a winning trade and a losing trade, one of the most recent that you have executed lately.
Sure, awesome. I will do that. Let me just share my screen. Okay, just to check, are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
You can just type a yes in the chat if you can see my screen. Awesome. Great. So I'm going to share, I'm sure all of you are quite familiar with what you're seeing on the screen. It is the MT4 platform, which is the most used retail trading platform around the world. So just to quickly show you a cool feature for some of you who have been trading the MT4 platform, you may not know of this feature that I'm going to show you. Basically, if you have your account history, your past trade, all you need to do is to click and drag onto the chart. It will actually show you little markings to show you where you entered, where you exit the trade. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a losing trade first, okay?
Okay.
So this is my recent trade. I on a dollar cat. So what I did, I just clicked on my trade history. I drag it to the chart. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a bit so that it's easier for you to see the markings on the chart. So you will notice that there are some markings here. Okay, there's a line and things like that. Okay, so I mark it further. The vertical line is where I entered the trade. So this was a losing trade. So very simple. You will notice a little red line here. That marks my stop loss. So basically, at the point of me entering the trade, I set a stop loss just below the last low. Okay. So unfortunately, after a few candles, it hit my stop loss. So how do I enter this trade? Basically, I rely on divergence. As you can see over here, Okay, divergence means I rely on indicator and the price. So they go in separate direction. I went in for a long trade. So this is a long trade. It hits my stop loss. Okay, but towards the end, I'm going a bit fast because there's a I have a time limit. So of course, at the end of this session, I will share with you something. If you feel that you want to learn more from me, watch out for at the end of the webinar. Okay. So this was my losing trade, as you can see over there. I prefer to have considered tight stop loss. So I'm a believer of cutting my losses early. And if I take profit, I take more profit. So in the long run, even if I hit a 50% probability of trades, right, I will have a net profit as well. Okay. So this trade, you'll notice that I go long on dollar CAD. And at the same time, you can see from my trade history, right, I have another trade that was just taken minutes before, which is the long Aussie CAD, long Aussie dollar. Okay. So I'm going to switch to Aussie dollar. I'm going to drag the same thing over there. Okay, you'll see the markings that is over here. So once I drag the record, it actually will indicate where is my entry price, where did I exit the trade. Okay. So for those of you sharp enough, you will have noticed I entered 2 trades for dollar CAD. I entered 2 trades for Aussie dollar at the same time. So why do I do that? Basically, I split up my trade to 2 trades. It's so that easier for me to manage because I have multiple targets for my trade. So instead of just entering one trade and I have to keep on monitor the trade to know when to partially close or partially take profit and so on, it will take more effort to monitor. So what I do is I usually put in a bit more effort at the start. So instead of clicking enter one trade, I split my lot size into 2 trades and I enter 2 trades at the same time. So the first trade and the second trade will have the same stop loss. The first trade will have a first target and my second trade will have my second target. By doing so, I can afford to monitor it at a more relaxed pace because if the first target is hit, the trade will close by itself. I do not need to be there to do a partial close. Okay, so I can have a more relaxed lifestyle. I just need to monitor my trade every few hours. Okay. So in this trade, I went long Aussie dollar. You remember the other trade, I actually long dollar CAD. So interestingly, if you notice these 2 trades, when I long Aussie dollar, I'm expecting US dollar to weaken. But on the other side, I long dollar CAD. I'm expecting dollar to strengthen. So what I did in this set of trades, I'm basically doing a safer trade. Why do I call safer trade? Because if US dollar strengthens, chances are my Aussie dollar will hit my type stop loss, but my dollar CAD is likely to hit my profit. On the opposite, if US dollars weaken, then there's chance for my Aussie dollar to take profit, where else my dollar CAD will hit stop loss. And the other reason why I said that this is a safer trade, for those of you know a bit of fundamentals of currencies, Aussie dollar and the Canadian dollar are both considered risk currency, or commonly known as commodity currencies. Both of them has a good chance of moving in the same direction. Okay, when I say that, it doesn't mean they move in the same direction all the time. Okay, because they are commodity currencies, so there's a good chance when Aussie strengthen, Canadian dollar may strengthen as well. So that's why when I do long Aussie dollar and I long dollar CAD, it is considered a safe trade because one will offset the other. But if you do it wrongly, then it may net off the position. One win, one lose, then you end up break even. Then it becomes like a bit of waste of time. So what I did is, because I set tight stop loss, but when market moves in my direction, I usually let it ride further. So for example, if you notice in this Aussie dollar trade, right? I have multiple position. There's one position I almost exit at the top over here, because I see that it is hitting the resistance. So I cut my trade and exit. And because it is close to weekend, it is on a Friday afternoon or something like that. So I don't like to hold my positions over the weekend as well. So I usually I'll close off all my positions on Friday afternoon or Friday night, just prior to the market closing for the weekend. Okay, so that's basically my most recent losing trade and winning trade that I show you. So of course, some of you may find that, hey, you don't really get my strategy, but no worry. Towards the end of this session, I will show you something that you can learn more from me. And in that session, I will share more insight of the strategy that I use to enter my trade. Okay, so Sylvia, so that's my trades. Yeah, so hopefully that is a good value for the audience as well. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. And also, guys, I have shared with you Wayne's Telegram channel, where he normally runs that channel as trading pattern signals, in case you want to follow his trading signals even after this webinar session. All right, so maybe Wayne, just as a follow-up to your live trading session, which is exactly what you have taken us through, your most recent trades and stuff like that. Maybe you can emphasize to us the most, from the top of your head, what naturally comes to you when you speak to beginning traders and even seasoned traders. You have spoken in different countries. What would be like your best advice that you would give to traders?
Awesome. Okay, before I go into the best advice, just a clarification that the Telegram group is managed by my team of trading Spartans. Okay, so it is not by me alone. So it is my team of trading Spartans. They are based in different countries. They are all traders, handpicked by me, experienced as well. And they are sending signals in the Telegram group. So we work as a team. Okay, just to clarify that. So the best advice, if you ask me, for beginner and even seasoned traders, my best advice is always watch your risk. No matter what you do, I always mention that is the number one thing that any trader needs to learn and follow. That is risk management. Because why do I say that? Because with risk management, it will protect your downside. No matter what strategy, what fundamental analysis, or things that you don't know, you can anyhow trade with whatever strategy. But if you don't have good risk management, right, even a good strategy will turn into disasters. So risk management to me is the most important, and follow it as well. So with that, right, it will protect your downside, because that's the most important in everything that we do. And based on my 15 years of experience of interacting with not only beginner traders, experienced traders, and even professional traders, I have ever interacted with traders that trades for banks, and always ask them this question: what is your biggest mistake ever in trading? And all of them, or what caused your biggest losses in trading? And all of them have a common answer. It's always when they fail to adhere to risk management, it caused them a painful mistake. So that's why I said, for everyone, always protect your downside, always adhere to strict risk management. I will share with you my simple rule. It's a very simple rule. I never risk more than 3% per trade. That means I do not allow myself to lose more than 3% in a single trade. That's the rule that I've adhered to in my last 15 years. Yeah. Sylvia, you are muted.
Yeah, sorry about that. Thank you so much, Wayne. As we conclude, I'm gonna put a link to your upcoming masterclass, which is next week, for those of us who wish to attend. Maybe you can also give us like an end of like a snapshot, like a takeaway that we can take away from you. And also, guys, you can follow him on his Facebook page. He has a Trading Spartans page. You can be able to see all the work that he does there with his team at Fullerton Markets as well. And yeah, as we wrap up, basically.
Great. So hopefully, for those of you listening in, if you feel that you have learned something from me in the last like half an hour or so, then if you want to learn more from me, then this is the masterclass for you, a full 2 hours masterclass that I'll share with you the SPEAR framework, that I've been using to make consistent profits in the financial market, in the Forex market for the last 15 years. So in that 2 hour session, I will share everything to you. So if you feel that you want to learn more from me, then do not miss out the chance. Register for the 2 hours masterclass. It's free for you, and it's happening next Tuesday. If I'm not wrong, it's 3 p.m. Kenya time, because it's 8 p.m. My Singapore time. So it's 5 hours difference. So it will be happening next Tuesday, 3 p.m. Kenya time. So that's the registration link for you to attend my masterclass. So of course, for those of you who want to follow Trading Spartans, you may follow us on our Trading Spartans official page. You just go Facebook, you should be able to find our page. You just identify us with our logo. Yeah. So I would really encourage you to sign up for my masterclass that is happening next Tuesday. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Wayne. I know we've been planning this since May. It's
yes,
an honor to have you. I hope we can also have you as a repeat guest, as well as also Mario at some point down the line. For now,
yeah.
it's truly an honor for your time. We'll let you go, but we've linked down the links to the people who wish to join your channel also. Then we'll also share this recording with you towards the end of this webinar. So thank you so much, guys. And also for our attendees, now we will give a Q&A session. We have a Q&A session to any of you who would wish to ask Wayne a question. This is your chance. I'll just unmute you, or you can type it in the question chat section, and then Wayne can be able to answer. All right, I can see we have a few attendees, Mary, Kabi, and M4. Any one of you with a question? Anything you feel like I haven't asked Wayne that you would like to highlight from your trading career, whether or not you're a passive trader or an active trader? All right. With that, Wayne, it's an honor. I also wish to thank you, and also our sponsor broker, markets.com. We have linked the link if you wish to open a live trading account. That's the link you should follow. And for now, it's a wrap. Goodbye, Wayne, and thanks for your time.
Okay, once again, thank you, Sylvia, for having me for this session. I look forward to the next session. Thank you, and have a nice day, everyone.
Yes, and say hi to Mario for us.
Sure, definitely.
You both. All right. Cheers. Bye.
Okay, bye.